right, hello, good morning, and thank you very much for sticking with us right here on your amazing radio of choice, Rave 91.7 FM. We're going to define every beat of your moment, bringing you amazing music and spicing it up with quality talk. That's what we do all of the time right here. My name is Femi Olanipekun. I'm so happy to have you on board Frank Talk again for the second edition this week. Well, on Frank Talk, we look at issues in the polity, bringing the issues closer to you, helping it have a better understanding, have a deeper insight into the issues that we look at right here all of the time. But then in the polity of late, it's been a gale of endorsement for President Muhammadu Buhari. Just yesterday, leaders of the APC in the southeast region went to meet the president at the Aso Rock Villa, endorsing him to run on the platform of the APC for the 2019 presidential elections. So the president has not come out to say he's running, but then there's been different groups, different different sort of people urging him to run, and the APC leaders in the southeast were the latest to do that yesterday. And it's just over 12 months away from the next elections. INEC has fixed February next year as the month really for the elections, for the presidential elections in this country, Nigeria. We'll be talking to some of the key personalities involved in that particular endorsement yesterday. It was a 100-member strong delegation led by the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Bonaya Onu, and the National Vice Chairman of the APC in the Southeast, leading that strong delegation to President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday. We'll be looking at, is the time right really to begin to endorse, talk about the 2019 election, and then what really is the Southeast bringing to the table within the fold of the APC. Some people even believe that they are politically insignificant at this particular time. Senator Andy Uba, the senator representing...
Please try again later.
The senator representing Anambra South, senatorial district in the National Assembly, was part of that delegation yesterday. We hope to join him and connect with him really this morning to talk to him, and also Dr. Chidia Madueke, who is also an APC chieftain from that area. Is what many people who push the ethnic card for against him say that he is given that particular region of the country 4 senior minister posts, really saying 4 senior ministers come from that area, and he's talking about even that the north where he comes from had like 5 junior minister posts. So he's saying he's not an ethnic president, and that he really is been trying to do everything within his powers to treat every part of the country equally. And now I'll be looking at that and some of the other issues raised there at that particular meeting yesterday. Just to give you the benefit of what really happened at that meeting yesterday, the president, while receiving them, pledged that he will do more to transform the country. But that yesterday, some leaders of the ruling All Progressives Congress from the Southeast met with the President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The party chiefs meeting, which held behind closed doors by the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Bonaya Onu, and he later spoke with State House correspondents that the purpose of the meeting was to intimate the President of the decision reached at the meeting of the party chiefs on the 31st of December last year. And he said, I'm quoting him, I said, the APC in the Southeast met on December 31 last year and endorsed the President for a second term. We have come today to return, to reaffirm that and to assure Mr. President that the party is working very hard to win future elections. And of quote, the minister said that President Buhari was happy, especially considering the caliber of members of the delegation. Part of those people who actually went with, that are part of that delegation. Former Senate President Kenny Namani was also a member of the APC. Now you have former leaders of the National Assembly, some of the other them, and then some Speaker of the House of Representatives who actually were from that region at some point, former heads of government at the state level, one governor represented by the deputy governor because the governor is out of the country, all ministers from the southeast, 7 members in the National Assembly, both in the Senate and House of Representatives, former members of the National Assembly, and very important members of the party. Also, the national vice chairman of the APC in the southeast, also part of that particular visit there. And the president, while reacting, pledged to give his best to all Nigerians, guided by a clear conscience in making decisions for the progress of our dear country, Nigeria. The president was speaking while received that particular delegation, leaders of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in the southeast at the presidential villa in Abuja yesterday, and he thanked them for their patriotism, for the sacrifices and support for the peace and stability of the country. He commended the southeast leaders for acknowledging the laudable and consistent efforts of his administration to restore Nigeria to the position of eminence. He talked about the fact that he assuring them that he will do whatever he will try to do to ensure that the country gets better. Well, speaking on behalf of the southeast leaders, Ima Enuku, who is the national vice chairman of the southeast APC, thanked the president for the several projects receiving attention of the federal government in the southeast region. He said he listed the projects to include the second Niger Bridge, the Enugu-Port Harcourt Road, as well as the Enugu-Onitsha-Owerri Road, amongst others. And Mr. Duku also reaffirmed the unanimous decision of the party in the zone on the 31st of December 2017, endorsing the president for a second term in office. Well, we get to see if this is the right time for those endorsements and what really the president has to say. But then let's talk to Dr. Chidera Madueke, is an APC chieftain, joining us over the line from Abuja. Thank you so much for joining us on Frank Talk this morning, Dr. Madueke.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, listeners.
Thank you. Well, you were part of that delegation to the president yesterday. Tell me, what informed your endorsement of President Muhammadu Buhari for to run for another office, to run for another term in office?
From all the records available since he came into office, from what he has achieved, particularly starting from the region with the southeast, we felt that it was very timely, encouraging to make up his mind to go ahead and run in 2019, because we think he's a stabilizing factor. We think that his presence will bring about greater development and peace in the land. And for us in the southeast, we see him as the shortest way for actualizing the age-long desire for president of Southeast extraction to emerge in the country.
Well, there are people who believe that the Southeast, in the scheme of things within the APC, is politically insignificant. And the president also made reference to that sometimes last week, saying that he only got 198,000 votes from the Southeast. But despite that, he gave your region 4 senior ministerial posts. What is changing here? Do you think you have, something big to bring to the table in the build up to the next election?
Yeah, the records are there, and it's been published severally. The Southeast is not regarded in any manner at the back burner in what is happening in the administration of Mr. President Buhari. If you go it by the recent analysis of appointments, let's start from there, all over the country, you will see that despite the meager vote that he got from the Southeast, with about 1.38% of the aggregate of his vote, Southeast has about 20-something appointments so far released. Southwest has 40 appointments, and Northwest, where he comes from, is about 30. Other zones are 20-something, 20-something. So you can see that Southeast is not lacking behind in terms of recognition, either by way of appointment or by way of infrastructural development. Take, for example, the mega infrastructural development of the second Niger bridge. Never campaigned with it. Receiving attention under him. All the major infrastructural roads and rails in Southeast are receiving attention by him. So I don't think it is fair to say that under President Buhari that the Southeast is not being brought to the forward burner. I think the facts I've just said now is to the contrary, not to talk about the 4 super ministers that are from Southeast. So if you look at it, I don't think Southeast is being considered a pariah among committee of states under President Buhari.
But it appears that your people in the Southeast region are not in sync with the APC and the president. Is that it seems it's only you politicians of the APC extraction that are endorsing the president for election. It seems the majority of your people are not with you. Would you say the Igbos are with the APC and with the president?
In organizing people, they are not always going to funnel into the ideas or the visions of leadership. Not many people are visionary at a particular time. There are many people who are said to be followers and who may not follow key to a vision. So the people, most of the youths, have been manipulated in their thinking that that is the power of the media, that is the power of the campaign. That this man will be it's not of you, it's not for you. Oh, the former man that was there is of you, but this person coming is not of you. And so when you buy into that kind of narrative, you become a cynic, and there's nothing the new man does you want to see as positive. But I want to tell you that is not exactly the situation. The other day, I was on the road, and as I was returning from Abia to Abuja by the road, and surprisingly, I saw major infrastructural road work on the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, and at a place called the Shiago, which incidentally leads towards Ebonyi State. I stopped. I took photographs of the major road development going on there, and I just did a quick interview of the young men riding Okada, and what do you think? What are we seeing? They said they were very excited. They had never seen this kind of, sudden developments in the region, in their area before. I said, so what will happen? Whom do you think is the man now? He said, of course, Buhari. So why? Why do you think? Because they said, we are selling our rice. We were not selling rice before. We are not, our rice farms were not as robust and productive as they are. So we have better economy now under Buhari. So for us, we are happy with Buhari, even though we're PDP state. I'm talking about people from Ebonyi State. And there are pockets of other people who are like that. So most of the social online tigers are the ones who come on the social media and paint Buhari in the way they want to paint him. But when the push comes to shove, you definitely know it is not the same. Recently, there have been avalanche of politicians don't just move without people. So when politicians are moving and they're moving into APC, there are definitely people that carry. I watched the APC rally in Abia recently, and I think that speaks volume, that there is a major shift going on from the cynic position of Buhari is not welcome in the Southeast to a new narrative that we are now, our children are eating 1 meal a day in the school because of Buhari. We are having conditional cash transfer because of Buhari. We are having, agricultural productivity enhancement because of Buhari. Our roads are being done because of all within 2 budget cycles. So the Igbo man, the Southeasterner, is beginning to see Buhari because they came again and said, oh, he's going to Islamize this country. And I see major roads right southeast having the sukuk, name on it. I say, if this is how to Islamize us now, we are okay. Let him do our roads. If what they mean by sukuk bond is our road will start running and doing well. So I wish to submit that there's a new narrative in the southeast, and it's not that Buhari is hated as being made by a few people on the online media.
Well, let's look at some of the sentiments on the ground in the southeast. With these IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu saga and the suppression of that Biafra agitation back then, and the way the organization IPOB was labeled a terrorist organization, and now with what's happening with the Fulani herdsmen, the reluctance of the administration to label these herdsmen as such, isn't this sort of a bitter pill to swallow for Igbos?
Not exactly. The iPod experience and the Fulani herdsmen are comparing oranges and apple. One, the iPod experience were geographically located in a place where you can, respond to it by any means. They are geographically located. You can isolate it. You can say if you move the military into a geographical area, be it Aba, Enugu, or Onusha, you will deal with the issue of iPod. Now, the issue of the Fulani herdsman farmers crisis is not geographically isolated. It is all over the country. It is in all the states. And it is more of criminality than actually the way the people want it to appear like there is a kind of a support, tacit, encouragement. I mean, it is most period for anybody to imagine that a sitting president, whether he's Fulani, whether he's Yoruba or whatever, or Igbo or whatever, or Kanuri, will be on saddle and allow a particular people to go around killing people. No, that is not the case. So we cannot compare iPod issue and Fulani herdsman issue. It is in terms of response to tackle the Fulani herdsman issue. There are litany of robust efforts to contain it, to bring it to the barest minimum, or to eliminate it out of the country.
But are you sure your kinsmen, see these issues from the same perspective? Are you sure? Yeah, Dr. Madueke, are you sure that your kinsmen see these issues from the same lens you are viewing it?
I'm putting the facts there, and the Fulani herdsmen issue not scattered all over the country.
But I'm saying your kinsmen seem not to see it from the same perspective.
No, this is they won't be right, because my kinsmen are not daft. Fulani herdsmen issue is scattered, right? They had issue with Olufale right here in the southwest. They have killed people in Zafara. They have killed in Sokoto. They have killed in Ebonyi. They have killed in Enugu. They have killed in Benue, in Plateau, in Medu. It's all over the country. So, and it's a statement of fact. It's not, they will not be blind not to know that Fulani herdsmen issue is across the length and breadth of Nigeria. But the iPod challenge to our sovereignty of Nigeria was just in a location. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's very sad that we're having the Fulani crisis. But what I'm trying to say again is that having predated this very administration, you have to look at it in a holistic manner as to what is government doing to solve it. What did previous government do and what is this present government doing? You bring the two together so that you can find a permanent solution to it. And that's exactly what this administration is doing. They are not sleeping, they are proactive, they are reactive, they are taking it all head on.
All right. Well, but do you think that the president really deserves a second term in office, judging by some of the indicators? The MBS just released a statement, yesterday, saying as at the third quarter of 2017, 16 million people are unemployed in Nigeria. And then coupled with these security challenges, were these part of what you factored in at that meeting on the 31st of December 2017 to based on your endorsement and going forward to now tell him yesterday that you want him to run for a second term in office?
Yes, very much. He's more than qualified based on what his performance indicators could be gathered to be. If we come on to the issue of job creation, you recall that he met this country at a point when this country was sliding into recession. And any economy that is going into recession, it is holistic. It affects everything. It affects job creation. It gives you to inflationary measures going very high. It leads to unemployment and total meltdown of the economy. It's what we've seen under inflation. So if we must credit this administration in restoring this country back, pulling this country out of recession within 2 years, that in itself is a plus. It is now that they have pulled this country out of recession that you now start seeing the industries, improving in capacity, the manufacturing. You're now seeing the agro-based industry, particularly things that are being put on ground to create jobs. You now start seeing it happening. You still see that there's no country in Africa today with the level of social intervention program that Nigeria has embarked upon. A very ambitious social intervention program that never happened before in this country. Why is that happening? It's happening because there is need to create jobs. So what we'll be looking at will be how terrible the condition would have been if there was no Buhari to administration to do all that they are doing and pulling us out from the pit of economic doldrums to where we are heading to. Unfortunately, there are many people that are still not with jobs. But then, when we look at the direction we are going, we are seeing that more people are even funneled into jobs because you start breaking the egg to make your omelet. Yes, a lot of, because of the restructuring going on, because of the effort to pull Nigeria out of recession, new macroeconomic policies are being rolled out, which will make some people lose their job and in that particular job they are involved with. And for them to now have another job they are going to go into. So I know that the story is going to change. Just take, for example, the story of inflation. You can see that inflation is contracting. It has to be because of good macro policies that are making the inflation go down. So the inflation is going down, and results are going up, and we are paying arrears that has been held up, people's salary, people's pension funds, people, so many arrears. Bailouts are being rolled out all to cushion the economic hardship that people are passing through. So I believe we know from the indices that definitely in a short while, before the end of 2018, 2019, there will definitely be a palpable, improvement in the area of job creation and people getting back their act together.
All right. Well, yesterday's meeting was behind closed doors. Tell me, Dr. Madueke, what was the response of the president to that endorsement? Did he tell you that he was going to run for office in 2019?
Like you said, it's behind closed doors. And secondly, what needs to be said has been said by the essay to the president on media, Femi additional, and it was clear what the president's response were to the meeting of the Southeast leaders in the villa.
Well, the statement of the aides of the president gave little indication as to the political side of what he discussed at that meeting. He just talked about, thanking you for your patriotism, thanking you for your sacrifices and support, and, for the peace and stability of the country. But then, what was the body language of the president like? Did he show any indication that it was accepting your endorsement that was going to run for office in 2019?
Certainly, it's a decision
unknown caller.
You make up at his own time. It wasn't like once you come, you tell him run. He say yes, I jump up, I'm running. People will continue to file this pressure to let him know
unknown caller
to our collective interest as Nigerians for him to once again take up the gauntlet and finish his second tenure. So at an appropriate time, he will let the country know, because it's an appeal. We are only making an appeal, and we hope he comes up positively with that appeal. So at the appropriate time, he will make it up. He will make Nigerians know, yes, I have accepted or I have not accepted.
All right, so I mean, what major political offices are the Igbos eyeing in the Buhari second term, if it eventually manifests?
Come again with the question.
What political offices are the Igbos eyeing if President Buhari eventually gets a second term in office?
That would be a very serious answer to engage now what we are eyeing. The bottom line is that we are part and parcel of the government administration of the president, and we don't have to come to the table because we want A, B, C, D thing. I mean, it will look very mercantile, and I don't think that is the nature of the Igbo man. Igbo man wants to be recognized. Igbo man wants to be of service. Igbo man wants to show that he's part of the country. He's because over the years, psychological issues, that he has a foothold, and he should be allowed free to do his business. He should be allowed free. He should have a level playing ground. All that Igbo man wants most of the time is a level playing field. And anybody that makes that level playing field available become his idol.
Well, Dr. Maduke, I'm asking that question because part of the allegations against the president and the APC initially at the start of this administration was sidelining Igbos or people from the southeast from holding major political offices in the country. They said the president, the vice president, the SGF, and then the Senate president and the House of Representatives. These are the topmost political offices in the land, and none of these were given to people from the southeast. And it was also one of the avenues that IPOB used to drive his own narrative. So I mean, isn't it just good to ask at this point if you're eyeing or Igbos part of your strategy to get maybe one of these top political offices?
You get those offices because you are in politics. So we want to be in the politics of APC, so that when there are spoils of war, we'll be there when it's being shared. And of course, we'll take that belongs to us. You couldn't have been Senate President of Igbo Extraction when Ngige, who was the only senator in APC from Southeast, was rejected by the same people, because they were rejected, saying that he's joining the Fulani Herdsman Party. It's a Bokover. It's not kind of name our Igbo cynicism did not bring to brush the president. And then the same people who frustrated him from emerging as a senator in his zone, today have all joined APC. They're all now in APC in Anambra. So you can imagine what is going to happen in that area come 2019 in terms of APC vote. Now, if Ngige had won and became a senator, it would have been easy to balance it and have the number 3 citizen coming from the southeast. So also other posts today, it may trust you to know that Igbo man is in charge of the budget of the federation, which means the DG budget. It means that it is where he says let resources be allocated to is where it should be allocated to. I've been to meetings where, as a head of an agency, all of us, be it ministers or MPs, you come before him to defend why you think that your budget should be allowed to go or not. So to say that Igbos are not critical sectors of Nigerian economy or politics, it's a fallacy. It's a narrative that has been pushed on, and people on the street want to run with it. But like now I'm telling you that an Igbo man is in charge of the budget issues in the country, then you will know that Igbos are in critical place, sometimes quietly doing their job and serving the administration.
Okay. Well, but do you think that you will find it easy? You and other APC chieftains in the southeast find it easy convincing your people on the choice of Buhari? Part of the sentiments on the ground right there is that the average Igbo man sees the president Buhari as anti-Igbo. Some of them, they even make reference to some incidences in the past, whether right or wrong, about that he's not particularly disposed to the Igbo people? How well do you think you're able to sell the candidature of President Buhari in the Southeast?
Yeah, we're already doing that. That's why I said that in the last APC rally in Abia State, even the PDP themselves were shocked with the amount, the volume of turnout of people who came, not only in Abia, from other states. I just mentioned to you that the people who frustrated Ngige from emerging a senator in Anambra, all of them are all in APC and in Anambra State, for example. And you can see that when the last governorship election was conducted, APC came second to ABGA, that is party of the choice in that state. So definitely the level of APC as adoption today has gone astronomically very high as compared to maybe 3 years ago in the same area. So we are going to do much better this time because not everybody is thinking the old broken record, because they are, like I've said, if President Buhari is doing our roads and we are told that this man hates us or Islamizes us, if this is what it means to hate or Islamize us, then we are happy. But as I speak to you now, a lot of big roads in the Southeast are receiving mega attention. We are grateful, we are excited, we are happy about that, and we know that this man means well for us. All those other people who are cynics are losing grip of what to hold on, because the infrastructural development is showing that this area of the country is equally on the table in terms of care from the federal government.
Well, you choose to see the results of the governorship election in Anambra State. Do you think, that is some step, in making progress for the APC in the Southeast? Some people see it in a different perspective. They said 2 elections in Anambra State in the last 2 or 3 months now. The APC has lost both. Your opponents say that that's an indication that the APC is not that welcomed in the Southeast.
Fine. APC have lost, but in those elections, but ABGA have always won. This shows that ABGA is the dominant party in Anambra. We are not contesting that, but we are saying that from a zero position we were in Anambra, we are now up the scale to a level that we can now come second to ABGA in any election in Anambra. For us, it shows that we are making incremental progress. And when somebody is making incremental progress, you get more encouraged to even do more. And if that is happening in Anambra of all places, you can imagine the way it will be in other states in the Southeast. So there are reasons to feel excited about where APC is heading to in Southeast, right?
Well, just before I let you go, Dr. Madueke, let's look at the timing of this endorsement. The propriety or otherwise. Some people have felt that this is just early 2018, about 13 months to the next election, that, it's a great disservice to governance at this time to be talking about the 2019 elections.
Come again, the signing of what?
The timing of your endorsement, asking the president to run for office.
Okay.
It's wrong that at this time that it's just too early, that we should be focusing, the party should be focusing on administering the country, focusing on governance.
No. The timetable is out from INEC. The timetable is out. If the presidential primaries is going to be in the next 8 months, what is wrong in asking the president to start thinking about the second term in office? It is not, the timing is not wrong. It's not too early, because we are following the INEC timetable. So by the INEC timetable, in the next 8 months, 6, 7 months, the primaries for presidential elections are supposed to take place. And the president will be at least expressing himself that he's going to run months before August. So it's going to be some months before August. If you remove those months, which I don't know when he's going to do that, so you find out that we probably may not have the luxury of a couple of months before the time for him to make up his mind comes. So it is very timely it is very timely, and it's not distracting him. In any case, it doesn't distract. It's just this is, please, consider our views when you are making up your mind whether to run or not to run. And be rest assured, we in the Southeast, APC, particularly in the Southeast, we are, because everything depends on, you have to have a vehicle of that expression. So let's talk to ourselves as the vehicle, as members of the party. We are solidly behind you. Please run for our dear country, Mr. President. That's all they came to do.
All right. Well, thank you very sincerely, Dr. Chida Madueke, APC chieftain, the DG of the Nigerian Film Corporation in Jos, and former member of the House of Representatives, joining us live on the line here on Frank Talk this morning. Thank you so much for speaking with us on Frank Talk, Dr. Madueke. Thank you very much. All right, Dr. Madueke joined us live on the line from Abuja, was part of that delegation to President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday, endorsing him for a second time in office. That endorsement was from the APC leaders in the Southeast. We open the phone lines for you now to get your reactions to all what has been said here. There is very interesting conversation with Dr. Chidi Madueke. Well, we couldn't get to Dr. Senator Andy Ubai. He gave us his word yesterday. Yesterday we spoke with him, but I was still trying. We could still get him to come on the show this morning, but then we spoke with him last night and he gave us his word that was going to join us for some minutes on the program this morning. But while we'll still try to connect with him, we open the phone lines for you to join us on the program.
You can now join the conversation by calling 0806-867-6165, 0806-867-6165, and 0905-648-7177. You can equally make use of our social media platforms. For WhatsApp, 0703-175-9173, 0703-175-9173. Tweet at us at Rave917FM, and Facebook is Rave917FM. Do remember to turn down the volume on your radio set or move away from it. And please, let's keep our comments civil. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. What's the name where you're calling from?
Good morning.
What's the name?
I'm Salamat Rajala.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
From Oshubu.
All right.
As far as I'm concerned, it is too early to ask President Muhammadu Buhari to contest for the second term. What I expect and what I want the people to tell him is to concentrate on governance and to improve the welfare of Nigerians, to stop the killings in Plateau State, in Adamawa, in Taraba. You say you gave